welcome back to the Sims 4 Ultimate Decade Challenge. It's been a while, not in game, just in my personal life, but we're back into it. We see cute little Alice, and if y'all saw the beginning, machinima, is close enough. Yeah, if you saw the beginning machinima, you would see that Alice and Mary were having a little bit of a conversation about her marital status, and well, Mary has been thinking about this pretty long and hard. And, you know, at first she was like, Jacques is going to be her last and final love. She's just going to care for and watch over her children and Amir until, you know, they're old enough to take over and she'll be there as they need them because she's getting close to 30. And as far as she's aware, 30 is just the year people die. You know, she hasn't had a single member of her family married in or birthed who made it past the age of 30. She doesn't know if she will herself, but she, was fully ready for Amir to take the handle. But there has been some concerning news kind of drifting about the village of Henford on Bagley, and there's rumors that a war is upon them, you know, and if a war comes, well, not the battle itself, but if this rumor of war is true, then that means that the possibility of Henford on Bagley being dragged into it is rather strong. You know, the king will probably ask every available male of age to join the war and fight on his behalf. And well, they don't know, their village is really, really small. They aren't sure, and they're just a small farming village. They aren't sure if the king will even consider them or if it will even be an issue. But if it is an issue, that'll be after the time Mary turns 30. And Amir himself will be a teenager a little bit before then. No. Amir will be a teenager a little bit before she turns 30. If Amir is whisked away to war, or if he chooses to join himself, because his father was a knight and he likes to follow in the footsteps of his father. If Amir somehow ends up in the war and she ends up dead, somehow or another, there won't be anyone to take care of the other little ones, Marjorie is still so young. The others can kind of sort of fend for themselves, but they still need like at least a teenager in the household, or they'll be considered orphans. And Mary would gladly take them in, but Mary also has like 12 people in her house. So if worse came to worse, Mary she still has children to watch after. She'd probably send her daughter Emma and her husband to come watch over the children until they're of age or something like that. But she's just frightened. And she's thinking, she kept thinking about it. And she was like, well, if Amir does go to war and something happens to him and then something happens to me, who will watch over the rest of the children? Like, what will happen to my kids and to our bloodline and to our money and all this other stuff? And so she had to make the rational decision to search for a new husband. Unlike before, unlike with Nawaf and kind of Jacques, she's not really hoping or expecting to love this person. She just wants them to be good and rich. The top two qualifications. So she got together with Mary and they kind of scouted about the village. There was a large group of people passing through, trying to escape the war that had kind of hit their towns and cities, trying to avoid being kind of drafted into it, trying to avoid, some people's villages were burned down. It's bad. So they've been just heading anywhere they could for refuge. And they come across a few contenders, a few single men, and she and Mary scouted them out and found some legible bachelors for Alice to possibly marry. And yes, they've all come together, and this is where we are now. So she's taking care of the most of the day has gone by already. She's been taking care of the kids. It's the thunderstorm outside, and there is a lot to do around the house, but now they're here. So let's introduce these potential spouses. I had to put them into a group because they were hard to they were difficult to track down. We're missing one. He ran upstairs to go to see the bed. I guess he's trying to scout out the rest of the house. But let's go one by one, I guess. This is Panya. She and Panya have officially met. She's going through her rounds, getting first impressions from everybody else. He's an adult, so he's already over the age of 30, which is very, very impressive to her. Because she knows that that's not a, anything to laugh at, anything to pass by, making it that age, especially with his job. He's a knight, which means that if something were to happen to the family, she would feel very protected, but also means he will most likely end up fighting in the war. Well, we don't know who's going to fight in the war, but I don't know, she feels like he'd be able to protect the family. And they have good compatibility. She thinks that he's very attractive. They have neutral chemistry, and for now are acquaintances. But when they first met in the outside the tavern, they thought that they were. Well, she thought he was pretty interesting, and he thought that she was rather fun. Right? I can see where he's pretty handsome. I don't think he's my type, but he could definitely grow on me. Like, he's not ugly by any means. I think some of the other men are a bit more handsome to me, in my opinion, but two of them are younger. One is about his age, but we'll get there. But this is Panya. All of these men also are the same economic status as her, so she doesn't have to worry about marrying a poor farmer and then having to change lifestyles. They all specifically picked people who they thought would be a good match. I'll come over here to Curtis. I might change some of their names because some of them aren't time period accurate if I feel like it. Curtis is also an adult, actually. Curtis is a blacksmith. Yeah, he's a pretty well-made blacksmith. He's a weapons maker specifically. His home village was under attack. He supplied the local knights and army with as much as he could, but ultimately had to pack up and leave the village. He's unmarried, has no children. So same as Panya's. All of these men are unmarried without children. So she won't be becoming a stepmother, which I have mixed feelings about. I think she'd be a pretty cool stepmom, but I think he's really handsome. Personally, I love the brown hair and like the dark skin tone and all that, which she also loves. Alice loves dark skin, bro. One thing Alice is gonna do is date a dark skinned man. Okay. He's an adult. That's not what I want to click on. Yes, they haven't officially met quite yet. He was just summoned here by Mary and her in a letter saying, hey, there's a lady in the village who, she's widowed. She's willing to marry. And he was like, great, sounds good. Sign me up. So they came to meet and kind of feel each other out. This is close to dating, I guess, as we're going to get in this time period. She doesn't have a official, what is it called? She doesn't have an official painting or portrait, so we couldn't do that whole, oh yes, I sent my portrait to the king. Yeah, we can't do that. She thinks that he's extremely attractive though, but they haven't really met since like they don't have any set cat compatibility or anything like that, and no sentiments quite yet. So we're just talking to kind of get to know them a bit more and kind of feel each other out. But I like him. I think it'd be interesting to have a blacksmith in the house, but we don't really have money, not money. he'll be bringing his money, so we'll be a lot richer with him. But we don't really have the space for a blacksmithing station or anything like that. I mean, it could go outside, but then when it thunderstorms, he wouldn't be able to work. So we could I tend to turn this into Alice's like music area, but we could like just move her loot over and put some blacksmithing stuff up there. We could potentially turn the study into a blacksmithing's office. I don't think a blacksmithing place would necessarily be on the second floor. It involves a lot of fire. So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to like build like little section outside or something like that. Or because they only have one horse left and Willow doesn't even go in here. They could actually turn this into a blacksmithing station. Anyways, I don't know if she's even going to marry this guy, but this is Curtis. I think he's handsome. But also she wants to have another child. So all of these men are well aware that she has 5 kids. Whoever she picks, she will probably explain the situation to them, that she wants her children to be heir and all that. But, you know, she's like, I'll have your kid if you want. She's been wanting another child anyway, so it's more for her than for them, to be fair. Dominique walked away. I think he was trying to check out the house and see what was all available. He's kind of sad. I think he lost some good family and friends with the beginnings of the war and the battles and all that. So I think he's still feeling a bit sad from that. He's taken it upon himself to walk the halls of their house and kind of get a feel for, you know, if I marry this woman, what would I be kind of taking over? You know, he's getting a glimpse of the children. One is studying at the table and needs to delete that homework. The girl is the eldest girl is staring at the spot where she died. I'm going to ignore that for now, Nura. That's concerning, but I will ignore it. And, you know, he sees the nectar and wine that they have and the farm and the horse and all that. So he's, yes, but this is Dominic. This is wrong person. Unlike the other two, he is younger than her, so he hasn't reached his adult stage. But then that also means, theoretically, if she were to die, there is someone who would live long enough to take over for the children, assuming he's not drafted into the war and also dies. You know, whoever she marries is also going to be rolling for the war. So no matter what, nothing is guaranteed. She just like Curtis thinks that Dominique is extremely attractive and they have pretty good compatibility. Now he, I believe, is a competitive archer. So he's an archer. He doesn't necessarily shoot for the army or for the king or anything like that. He just competes and he's pretty good at it because he's made a name for himself. He's more of a celebrity athlete than a than a vet or anything like that. But you know, his skills would still be very useful. You know, he'd be good at hunting and all that, right? But yeah, not much to say about him. I think he's extremely attractive. I just think he's a bit too young for her. I don't know though. I don't know what she's really into. Last but not least, and I skipped over this person specifically because, well, he's got a bit more to offer, but also a lot to take away. So this is, oh my gosh, this is Manuia. Manuia. She thinks that he's basic looking, so she thinks he looks the most basic out of everyone, and you know they haven't really met yet to get another feel for each other. He is a little bit of a cocky guy, so I'm not sure if they will get along. No, but I say that, and if you look at their friendship bar, it's a little higher than it is with the others. And that is because, well, Mary kind of talked him up to Alice, actually. And that is because, unlike everyone else who is just simply a human, Manuia is a spellcaster. He has magic, and he's a powerful one at that. And that's because, well, he's royalty, technically. Technically, this is a prince. And, well, here, or a king, probably, at this point. And here's the thing, Spellcaster Society, well, all of the occults, while they do live amongst the humans, you know, they kind of have their own things going on. And one of the things that happened was about a generation or two ago, maybe 3, Spellcaster Society decided that instead of having a monarchy, because there was some bad things happening with power imbalances and all that, they decided to rely on balancing powers through the use of, what are they called? Like those teachers that take over a different house and all that, like mischief and all that. They decided to rely on that. They thought it was a lot more balanced than keeping everything with the singular king. So at this point, it's more of a, most witches form, they aren't really together under the name of a king or even as a people, as spellcasters. They really only look out for covens and direct bloods. So while Mary doesn't necessarily know him specifically, she does know that this is technically a prince. This guy has royal blood, and being a royal, he is very, very powerful. He's a very powerful spellcaster and would be able to protect Alice and their bloodline better than anyone else. Especially because, well, none of the men here know what the Smiths get up to historically. They don't know that everyone dies at age 30 or less, you know, if they even make it there. They don't know about, you know, her mother's curse of fire. They don't know every person Alice has ever loved just about, besides her children, besides the two that did kind of die, have all died. Like, they don't know any of that, but Mary knows that something, you know, supernatural might be needed to protect the house. And perhaps he could provide that because he does have a very strong bloodline. But the thing is, he has a lot of pride because he, you know, he's royal. He's royalty himself. He has so much pride. And if he's also younger, he's a young adult like Dominique is. But if he marries Alice and they have a child, there is a strong possibility that he would try to tell Alice that because she married into his blood, like they would, I don't know what consensus they would come to about who married into whose family. But if they have a child, especially if they have a boy, he would 100% say, okay, well, this is my family. I married you as the man of the house. All of this is mine. And my child is the heir. Your other children are the spares, right? He would push for his children to be heirs to take away the blood rights that Amir and the rest of them have, even though this is technically their father's property and, you know, by proxy Alice's until Amir is of age. But if Alice marries a man who wants to take that away from her, there's very little anyone can do to stop it. And because he's a much more powerful spellcaster than Mary, Alice and Mary won't be able to concoct anything. Well, they probably could, but it'd be very difficult because, well, he has much stronger magical capabilities than Mary does, and Alice has none. So that's the only thing about Manoia. But they have a higher friendship, not because they've known each other or even really talked, but because he's kind of at the forefront of Alice's mind at the moment. But yeah, so 1337. Wait, what year is this? 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, the drafts aren't till winter. So I'm just gonna do an introduction. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just gonna do an introduction this episode to the four of them, and we're gonna spend our time getting to see who likes each other better. And by the end of this episode and before the next, we'll kind of try to make a bit of a decision on who Alice should wed. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna make the decision this episode, and she'll make one of them her boyfriend, and then they'll get married the next episode because the game doesn't like it when you try to get married and all that within the same day anymore. I could just cheat it, but I would like them to like try to court a little bit, you know? But yeah, and then that gives us some time to kind of, I don't know, get pregnant at least once or twice before the boys are drafted for war, I believe. Because I have the rules out this time. I actually know what I'm doing. 1337. Yeah, this is 1334. So we have 3 years. So 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. We have a little bit of time, but not much, you know. But yeah, these are our potential men. So she's getting to know them. She's asking all of them about their careers. Marjorie's just looking in awe from across the way. She's kind of scary from far away. Like one of the girls from The Shining or something. Let's relax. Okay, he's walking away to, I don't know, do something. She's gonna talk to these guys. Oh, is he leaving actually? He might have work. No, he just went to help himself to some freshly squeezed juice. All right, that was for my kids, bro. Dominic's coming back. But all right, yeah, he's a bow instructor. Okay, yeah, he used to be a competitive bowman, but now he teaches archery to people, to students. So, okay, this is the only guy that stayed. So let's ask him about his career then. So, the game is trying to tell me Stefan needs an appointment with a psychiatrist. The game clearly knows something I don't. But Let's just get to know him a bit further. Can we get to know? Okay, everybody's gotten up and walked around, which is the opposite of what I wanted to happen, but they've all helped themselves. I'm sure Nura is here. It says she's playing chess. I feel like she's just being nosy. I feel like she's like, oh, who are these guys? Mother, what are you doing? Stefan couldn't care less, honestly. Oh, but she's also talking to Panya quite a bit as well. I just want to get to know these guys. Dominic is feeling pretty sad. I'm not sure if he's a good match for her. Because if whatever he's, well, to be fair, his village just get destroyed. But with the amount of sadness we have in our house that we just got over, it's just not much of a good look, you know? Leave the baby alone. She's fine. You make my day so much better. Oh, enthused about interest. Okay, he's motivating. So what is he? This is really, Panya is very eager. He's like standing right in front of her face. I think Panya really likes Alice. I don't know. This is really interesting. Curtis is adventurous. That's really sweet. She likes a little bit of adventure too. She's not as girly as a lot of the other women typical of this time period, girly, quote unquote. He's cheerful. He has such a good personality. All of these are good prospects. I guess Dominic is out of the running now, officially. Ask about relationship goals. You know, I'm not your mistress. I will be your wife. I'll be treated with respect. And share people person trip tips. She's like, yeah, I'm pretty social around the village. I like to, you know, talk about healthy living. Oh, Alice Craftman saw what they were thinking and found themselves staring at Curtis. Okay, I guess she made her decision. Oh, Manua was very close. I think she's made her decision. That's not Curtis. I think she's made her decision. Artisan metalworker, yeah. Adventurous, he's educated, extremely attractive. Okay. Well, I thought this was going to take far longer than it did, but it seems that Curtis, Amir's going to come back and be like, who are all these men at our table? Okay. Well, we actually must prepare for bed. It is late, and it is not appropriate for a gaggle of men to hang around a lady's homestead with no mail. Grim. Is this a sign? Oh, we didn't take care of our chickens today. It was thunderstorming. Is this a sign? Why did you come on the day we just chose our future spouse? We just chose our future spouse. Okay. All of you go home. Go home. I wonder what it was about him that made her suddenly be like, oh, wow, this one is perfect. I like this, though. I wanted her to be with someone who wasn't younger than her. I think that Dominic is the most attractive of the bunch, and they have really good compatibility. I think if she was still younger, a little younger, she would have gone for it, but I think she's just past that point in her life at this point. Yeah. Like, if we had met Dominic around the time we met Nawaf, it would have been a legitimate conundrum because we wouldn't have been able to choose. But yeah, I'll pick back up in the morning. All right, it's day 2. Nothing's happening. We've been spending this whole day pretty much fixing everything that had gone wrong on the farm during the thunderstorm. Because during the storm, we can't really do anything. We just hope for the best. And that's what she's doing now. So let's go ahead and invite over Curtis. Let's not waste any time. Let's don't stay over. That's not appropriate. But come on, why are you playing in the trash, you fool? Whose trash is this? Throw this away. You don't even have time to take a shower. Here's Curtis. Hey, bro. Listen to this about being handy. She's like, oh, hey, I had a pretty good day. How was it? How was your day? Wait, I fixed the toilet. which she did do. She did fix the toilet. Um, do. Get to know. Let's see what other traits he has. I did not make these Sims, by the way. The game made them, so I actually know nothing about them. I gave them a makeover, but this was so long ago, I actually don't recall. He's unpredictable. Okay, that's fair. Mary's running away. Let's give some parenting tips. She's like, oh, if we do get married, there are 5 of us, we might have our own. This is how you handle certain situations. This is how you change the diapers and the undergarments or whatever. Tell a funny story. And I want to know his final trait, so let's get to know him again. Brighten day. I can't find get to know again. The chicken is here to watch. Hey, guy. It's not embarrassing. It's fine. She's feeling cheerful. Oh, she's feeling cheerful for the first time in a very long time. Discuss expanding the family. No, because he'll adopt a random kid. Let's do a pickup line. Oh, Robert, I didn't even see you sneak over here. Wow, he looks like he has something to say. He looks like he has something actually serious to talk about. Oh, Robert. I wonder what you've got to say, my friend. But right now we're busy courting / being courted, technically. I got a special gift for you because you're such a good neighbor and I appreciate your kindness and friendship. I want to see what it is. We're gonna have Nura answer the door for us, please. We've got our romance up a little bit. We'll finish this off tomorrow. Let's attempt to seduce. Let's go ahead and have him be our boyfriend today. So then we can propose by the end of the episode. All right, things are going pretty fine so far. He's not, though, do not try for a pregnancy. Has to be boyfriend. Here we go. Let's just hurry this up. It's getting late in the night. Oh, he agreed. All right, so these two are officially engaged. Well, they're betrothed, I suppose. They became boyfriend. Yeah, he had to head out. All right, successful day of success. All right, Alice is actually feeling pretty happy about this. I don't think she's in love with him. I don't know if she will fall in love with him in a similar way she did with Jacques or what. I don't think she wants to, actually. I think Jacques had happened out of nowhere and then she fell in love with him. With this one, she's like, okay, good. You're going to provide this. Cool. You're going to do this thing. Cool. I'll take it. Okay, so I had Nura go check the mail. And all of this food and jams and wools and fruits and vegetables and toys were in here. So I'm going to actually say that this was a gift from Curtis. Martin, what do you want? Cool. I'm going to say that all of this was a gift from Curtis, kind of like our, no wait, I was going to say dowry, but dowry is when families pay the males for their girls to marry into their family. Anyways, this is what he's kind of sent as a promise of marriage, his marital gift to the family. Got us some flowers, sugar, eggs, miscellaneous toys. We're going to sell all of these because they're not time period accurate. If he gave horses, I would have kept it. Potatoes, all types of food. This would cost hundreds or thousands of simoleons, and he just gave it to us. So obviously he is someone who can easily provide for the family. And this is really funny because I was just about to go have her harvest because she ran out of stuff and I didn't feel like sending the kids to the market. Oh, he gave her some, no, he didn't. That's oh, get some wool so they could do some stitching and stuff, which is great. Milk, enriched milk. Oh my god, pumpkin spice milk. I might just have them drink some things, because some things they can't make and it's just gonna go bad. Some canned items. We don't really use, did canning exist during this time period? We're gonna just say there are a variety of jams and whatnot for dessert purposes. All that good stuff. This is so cute. Thank you, Curtis. I am gonna sell these toys though, because Maybe they're little things he made, but the family doesn't necessarily need. You know, they're little trinkets he created as a blacksmith, but she's just gonna sell them for money for simoleon. He did give us trinkets. He gave us simoleons, guys. Don't worry. Do not worry at all. And I'll let her keep that, even though she hasn't really been cross stitching. Nasir started teaching himself how to cross stitch. Actually, I was having her make flour right now and everything. I'm gonna have her finish because she already started, but maybe she'll use some of the ingredients to make him a quick little dessert. And she could also make a dessert for their wedding day. Oh, this would be cute. Maybe she'll, we're not gonna invite him over right now because we just started dating yesterday, and the game will be like, we just started dating. That's weird, which is fair. Curtis, you're absolutely amazing. When he moves in, we're gonna have to spend a little bit of money to make him a blacksmithing station anyways. Robert gave this to him. Robert gave this to Nasir. Look at this. A nice, oh, she's thinking about woohoo. She wants a baby really bad. A nice family meal. Okay, and Amir is standing up. Don't terrorize your brother right now. Amir, be nice to Nasir. Oh, brotherhood? Bonding? Oh, he's gotten better. Maybe he's just mean to Stefan. No, he's actually a little mean. He's a little mean to Nura as well. I don't know what it is with those two. He's being nice right now, though. Oh, never mind. He's being nice to the twins. Are you going to give Stefan a hug? Maybe Margaret? No? Uh-oh. Nope. Okay. Well, that's about this what I expected. I had her go foraging for a little bit, and guess who showed up in the middle of the rain, thunderstorm? Why did you show up on around? I ask this question once every arc, but why did you show up when we chose our new husband, Robert? Okay, he clearly has something important to say. We were supposed to meet with him last episode, but him and his wife weren't at home. It was his son and daughter. Oh man. All right, it's the next morning. The entire family has a stomach flu, but they'll make it through. They're eating some fish head stew in the morning, and I just realized there are eyeballs in this. There are fish eyeballs in the fish head stew. For people that eat the entire fish, I've heard that the eyeball is the best part. I've never had a whole fish with the head on it. I don't mind eating a whole fish. The worst part is just the bones. I just hate the bones more than anything. I'm willing to try it though. I mean, everybody keep hyping it up. It's got to be good. Everybody from different cultures, backgrounds. It's really hyped. So I have no choice but to test and make sure everyone isn't lying to me. So, and that being said, as soon as she sweeps and everybody keeps running to the bathroom because they all keep throwing up and having to pee because they got the stomach flu, and it's gonna last a couple days, but they're just gonna keep giving it to each other, so it might last a little longer than that. All that to say, the little one doesn't have it yet, so that's nice. All that to say, she's getting engaged today. So I know it's raining, I know it's a little dreary out, but the dreary days seem to be our go-to days. Can we clean this and refill the feed? Yeah. Okay. So finish this, and then we're going to invite over Curtis, and we're going to get engaged. Oh, that's the clay. We haven't actually had a real wedding on screen, so this is going to be the one time we actually do that. Nawaf's and hers wedding was off screen. Her and Jacques never had a wedding. So yeah, normally this would be the other way around, but I don't feel like adding them to my household right now. I'm not going to add them in until they're married, to their wed. So go down there, propose to your beloved. Well, it's not your beloved, but to your betrothed. No, wait, betrothed means engaged. I don't know. Go propose to your man, your future husband, regardless. Yay, he knew this was coming. How beautiful. Lovely. She's loyal. She's always been loyal. Okay, he's feeling a lot more in love with us too. It's really early on in the day, but I think it'd be a good idea to stop right here because we did everything that you're supposed to do. And he said yes. So, oh, are you good? No. Maybe he just wants to learn to have something in common with his future wife. With that all said and done, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this episode off here. Yeah, I know stomach flu's gotta suck. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.